You're looking good, Jeff.
Hi, fans. Hi, sports fans.
Yes, it's sports fans who watch Car Con Carne. So I'm recording an episode of Car Con Carne with a hero, a legend, Jeff Pezzati of Naked Raygun. Welcome to the car. We're eating diner food today.
James, I'm having Eggs Benedict.
Which is delicious any time of day. Car Con Carne is sponsored by Boost Mobile, and we are outside Hollywood at North and Ashland. This is like a Wicker Park favorite. This is a 2 o'clock in the morning, get your belly full of a Monte Cristo sandwich kind of food.
It really is. Greasy the better, and it's a great place. It's quick service, and I can't say enough about the Hollywood Diner.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
So let's talk a little bit about Naked Raygun. It seems that over the past few years, there's been renewed interest. I mean, besides the fact that you guys came back, but there's been renewed interest from a higher level. Your biggest fan is one of the biggest rock stars on earth. Dave Grohl can't set foot in Chicago without mentioning Naked Raygun. I saw both Foo Fighters shows this summer. Both nights, he made a point of saying that Naked Raygun was the first band he ever saw at Cubby Bear. Has that had an impact on you?
It's pretty crazy that Dave Grohl likes us that much.
It's not crazy.
He's got good taste in that matter, and as far as that goes. But he insists on idolizing not only the band but the Cubby Bear itself, which is kind of weird.
A little weird.
Much as I like the owner George and everything, it's a great place for sports. But I don't know if from your music really.
But I mean, you have it's a nostalgic, emotional connection. That's where he got turned on to the power of punk rock and live music. So of course there's that emotional.
As he says it, the singer was on my head.
What does that mean?
I think I sing at the front of stage and people diving over me and stuff, and I think he felt like he never saw anything like that before. He was really blown away by it.
Well, Naked Raygun. Let's go back. The 1980s. I mean, Raygun was emblematic of Chicago music in the 80s. It's emblematic to this day. I mean, Naked Raygun is synonymous with Chicago. What was it like? What was the music scene like? Was it rougher? Was it harder to cut through? Was it weird? What was it like in the 80s for those of us who may have been kids or not even born when Raygun was taking off?
When it first started, you knew everybody. You knew every single person. You knew what people didn't come to your show. You knew what people did come to your show because you knew everybody. It was a very close-knit community. And you didn't like everybody, but it was close-knit. It's all different kind of factions of people. There were people there for the wrong reasons, people there for really strictly political reasons, like communist reasons and Nazi reasons. And
so there was that whole skinhead movement.
Yeah, but they weren't even skinheads necessarily. They were just into that kind of thing. They weren't there for the music, really. There was a lot of people there for just the music, a lot of people there for other reasons. But that made it kind of interesting, too, because they're really eclectic, leftover people who didn't fit in anywhere came to one club, and it was O'Banion's for me, but I never saw them Married by Pair. It was close by the time I got around. But O'Banion's packed a lot of different kind of people in there, and a lot of different tastes, but the music was always great. Mm-hmm. That's what drew me to the music.
Well, I think about the idea of you playing Cubby Bear back in the day. Like, the Wrigleyville of today is so different from the Wrigleyville of Naked Raygun circa 1985. There was an element of danger to Wrigleyville back then.
Where Schubas is now in Belmont was really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go over there very often. I was going to see John Fox's band. Who's John Fox? Ultravox there once, and they canceled. But I saw 999 there a bunch of times, and I saw a bunch of other good bands there. But it's dangerous to go over there. You could get mugged going over there.
Yeah, that's not the case now.
No, it's $100 million condos over there.
I should mention as we're doing this, Josh Caterer just checked in. Josh, of course, of Smoking Popes, who you're playing with in just about a month and a half. It is Jawbreaker at the Aragon. It is Naked Raygun and Smoking Popes. That right there, that's a show. That's it. That's all you need to see for the rest of the year.
It's going to be a good show. Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing show.
Josh has the voice of an angel.
He does. Josh is one of my favorite vocalists and favorite human beings. In fact, he does the theme song for this podcast. But that's exciting. I mean, Naked Raygun coming back out, taking the stage. That's a thrill. That's an exciting moment for us.
It's a good time, yeah. I love talking about Josh more. I love his band Duval. I listen to the record endlessly. So good.
I love that. And you're a music fan. That's what I love about Jeff Pezzati of Naked Raygun. I mean, you're just a music fan.
Yeah. I am.
So, Naked Raygun isn't necessarily a full-time thing for you at this point.
No, it's about the only thing I do to make money, though. I pretty much retired. My girlfriend and I, my fiance and I, just fixed up this old house in Amboy, Illinois, near Dixon. And it was built before the Civil War. It needs a lot of love, and we just give it a lot of love, and we fix it up. Us and our 2 dogs.
Did you crave a rural life? Did you have enough of being Jeff Pezzati in the big city?
We were kind of looking for something a little slower, so yeah. And we got a house really cheap, and it's a nice town, and it's a beautiful house. And it was one time it was a little small mansion, so we're kind of putting it back together, and it's going to be really nice when we're done with it.
There are times when I go through smaller, more rural areas of Illinois where I think, yeah, I could do that. Like at some point, I can make a case for that. So I get it.
Yeah,
I get what you're doing. Daryl Wilson of the Bull Weevils chimed in to call you a hero.
Thanks,
which
Daryl.
you are. I mean, it's interesting. Have you ever heard that Brian Eno quote about the Velvet Underground? Something along the lines of, only 30,000 people bought their first album, but all those people ended up starting a band.
Right.
I feel like that's the way or the thing with Naked Raygun. Maybe X amount of people only heard Raygun back in the day, but everyone who did started a band. I mean, I'm looking at the Bull Weevils or Smoking Popes, and I can't imagine them not being inspired by Naked Raygun.
I think they were inspired, and I think that probably inspired a lot of people to start bands, because that's what the Ramones did originally. They started all the bands. They went to England, and from that show, everybody who was there started a band practically. Generation X started from there. The Buzzcocks started from there. Susie and the Banshee started from there. It goes on and on. The list goes on and on. All those people started bands and influenced us.
I love that. So when you jump back in 06, did Riot Fest, what was the thought process then? Like, Raygun's just so inextricably part of you. Did you just think, I'm going to ride this to the end?
We really just thought about that one show, and then as long as we were together, I mean, this is a really good Eggs Benedict I'm having here.
Yeah, take your time. There's no rush. It's the beauty of a podcast.
As long as we were
I
together,
myself am going to eat.
Might as well do some more shows. So we got lucky enough to do a nice tour West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
We never made it back to Europe, but we did an East Coast tour, 2 West Coast tours, and a lot of one-off dates were nice. We got flown some places and played. And then it died down a little bit. We didn't put out any new records. Now we have a new record coming out, though. It's all recorded.
Are you serious?
It's very good songs, too, yeah. I'll record it, just have to mix it. Sounds great. Really good.
So, and it's such a different process now. I mean, back in the day, there was a very clear path to record, get it out, release it. I guess the urgency isn't there anymore, which might be a blessing and curse. Like, there's not...
It is a blessing and curse, because you take your sweet-ass time doing it,
right.
But in the past, the record company would make you get these records out there. And we had to crank a record out every 10 months or something when we were on Caroline and Homestead, and that was good because it made us work, it made us put songs out there, and now we're just taking 5 years to put an album out.
But that's exciting. So how do you prepare for a show like the Jawbreaker show, where it's not necessarily your crowd? I'm sure plenty of people there are there to see you, but do you mix in some of these new songs you're talking about, or do you just... Is it old favorites?
We've been talking about that. It's going to be mostly old favorites. There'll be 1 or 2 new songs, but stuff that's been released on single before. We put 3 singles out with B-sides since then, and it'll be something that's on there. Maybe 1 brand new one, and then a couple from the singles, and everything else will be really old. We're debating doing I Lie now. I don't know if we'll do I Lie.
I love that.
It's been requested by some people.
That is old school Naked Raygun.
That's really old school.
That's the oldest school Naked Raygun for sure.
As old as it gets.
Mm-hmm. Dennis Buckley from 88 Fingers Louie just chimed in to say hello, lads. So as you look back on decades of Naked Raygun, and as we talk about influencing other bands, it's a weird thing to ask a living, active musician, but do you think about things like legacy?
No, never think about it. I
It's
just do what I
probably a
do.
good thing.
Just do what you do.
Hmm?
I just do what I do.
That's all you can do. Okay, good. Because I think some artists do get caught up in that. They get in their own heads about impact and whatnot. Just keep on being Naked Raygun.
Yeah, the Ramones seem to be really hung up on that. They were always so sad that they weren't bigger, and their last film was terrible. It's just so depressing to watch them wonder why they're not bigger, wonder why they're not gigantic, and they really put a lot of effort into it. They played all the friggin' time. Played so often that Joey almost got sick all the time, and he never took care of his mental problems. His OCD was so bad, he would have to count the stairs if he came down from his apartment. Sometimes he'd be on the stairs counting stairs for like 10 minutes, for like
I didn't know that.
more than an hour or something, and Johnny would have to go get him. But the Ramones, I think, thought about that too much. But we don't really consider. We play for people who come to the show. You know, we don't really care who comes to the show. If it's a small show, that's fine. We play who's there. You know. But we always did. We played for 7 people before.
And you treat it like
Treat like it's 1,000. You know.
right. That you want all 7 of those people to walk out hardcore fans and tell
Right.
their friends, so that next time
Right.
it's more than 7.
Right.
I will say, speaking of Ramones, probably one of the top 5 loudest bands I've ever seen in concert.
Really.
Absolutely.
I've seen them when they weren't that loud.
There was a Riviera show they did where it was just one of those shows where you like the bass sound feels like a physical force.
Yeah.
Like I would rank that up there with Motorhead as
Could be-
far as loudest bands I've ever seen.
It could be a Riviera problem. I saw Bob Moulder. I had to leave.
Really? Okay, maybe it is a Riviera.
The trouble is cut my head off. The trouble is they cut my freaking head off.
Okay, here's the. I'm going to totally sidetrack, but you'll appreciate this as a longtime Chicago guy. Going to the Riviera now kind of sucks because they close off the floor. Like you don't have unlimited access to the floor. If you don't get there by a certain time,
What do you mean?
I mean, once that floor is packed, you can't get on it. So if you show up, if for whatever reason you show up just in time for the headliner, you're kind of screwed. You got to stand by the back bar with no visibility.
My friend Matt Cosgrove jumped off the balcony at one of our shows. The Riviera. That's how
And
you get to the main floor.
And lived. That's exactly how you get to the main floor. And lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, Matt Cosgrove. He's a maniac. Still kind of a maniac.
That's amazing. See, that's what Naked Raygun does to people. Well, let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, as you look back on shows, and maybe we'll just focus on Chicago, what moments like that, what memories do you have of performing that you're just going to take with you to the end? Like just those indelible moments on stage or around you.
I did the stupidest thing at Exit once. Exit show. The
This
old
is on
exit.
Wells Street.
Old exit on Wells
Yeah.
near Lincoln. It used to be like, they say it used to be a Duesenberg engine shop, and it's kind of made without any columns in it. It's made with an arched ceiling, arched roof in the back, so it has trusses, no columns, so it's a big open space, small open space. And I took my microphone from the stage and I threw it over one of those beams, and I spun it out over the crowd, I put my legs over my head, and I fell on my neck in the dance pit, right in the concrete. I thought I was paralyzed. It was
And
so-
you live to tell the tale.
yeah, it was terrible. I ran off the stage and I just grabbed my neck. I was like, ow, that's such a pain. Our soundman came back, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm going to live. But it was really bad, really stupid thing to do. But anyway, I did it.
Any memories that are memories for the right reasons?
Um,
Other than risk to self?
you know, I just like singing with the crowd, you know. It's too bad Aragon's going to be, the stage is so high at the Aragon, I won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
The stage is terrible at the Aragon. It's also very echoey. Very terrible place to see a band.
It'll be a great place to see Naked Raygun, the Smoking Popes, and Jawbreaker, though.
Yeah. Well, I saw Marcy there. He pulled the sound up pretty well.
Mhm.
I saw him there at least 2 or 3 times.
With new music on the way, whenever it may drop, as the kids say,
Yeah.
where do you find inspiration these days?
By the way, I have chocolate shake with my eggs
Chocolate
Benedict.
shake.
Chocolate shake, eggs Benedict. I recommend it.
So where do you find inspiration? I mean, you're not the angry young punk.
No. I wrote a song about. It's kind of funny. It's hard to be funny these days and make fun of people because everybody's so sensitive, you know.
This is a
It's like
period of
everybody-
heightened awareness. Yeah.
Everybody's really oversensitive, and so I wrote a song about the Amish people. I figure they can't complain.
They're never going to hear it. They're never going to be
You
screaming
know,
it.
electricity. They're not Mennonites. They're Amish, so.
Yeah, good target. Yeah.
Yeah,
way to
they
go.
can't complain, so it's called. That's funny lyrics in it though. I'm sick of living like the Amishes, but I must admit their girls are really cute.
They do have a look. So I mean,
It was really insulting, but
at this stage of your career, do you still look at things through a punk rock filter? Do you still, is it an us against them mentality? Do you still consider yourself punk rock?
At times I do. At times I think this wouldn't be tolerated back then, It's nice to at times look things through a punk rock filter. It brings you down to a certain level that's necessary to be down at sometimes. It kind of humbles you, and you can say that's just bullshit. We just don't do things that way. It's just the wrong way of doing things. Like back in the day, it was really important to me that bands like Journey didn't exist anymore, and bands like heavy metal that would go on and on with solos forever. We hated solos. We were anti-solo. Naked Raygun doesn't have any solos in their music. Mm-hmm. We have riffs that sound like solos, but they're played over and over, and it's the same way every time. I'm anti-solo. I'm anti-long songs. I think songs should be under 4 minutes. 3 minutes, really. And you can say what you have to say that amount of time. If you can't say it, then you get off the stage,
That's punk rock.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it. All right, so I know today... All right, hang on. Elliot Serrano says... the Amish girls are cute in that early Pilgrim sort of way. He gets us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fetching look.
In a very non-electric kind of way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think sometimes not revealing that much skin can be kind of sensual and exciting in its own way. It's the mystery. It's the allure.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the reasons you're in the area, I mean, we mentioned you live out in a more rural setting now. You're in the area because Naked Raygun is rehearsing today.
Right.
I might argue Naked Raygun need not rehearse, but you are rehearsing today.
It's nice. We need a lot of rehearsal.
So you've got a rehearsal coming up. I should mention again, you're opening up for Jawbreaker. It's Jawbreaker, Naked Raygun, and the Smoking Popes. Holy crap. That top to bottom, it's a show. And it's interesting. I would say every band on that bill has been in a situation where the cycle has finally come around where people thought, oh my God, this band needs another go-round. It happened to the Smoking Popes, happened to Naked Raygun, and Jawbreaker too. Like, second chance sounds kind of cliche, but each one of these bands has enjoyed new life a decade or so after they really had their heyday.
It's very, very complimentary. Very, very nice that people still listen to us, especially not putting out any new records.
Yeah.
I don't know about Smoking Popes, but
they have a new record out next month.
They're very prolific. They seem like
Josh Caterer, voice of an angel.
Good. He certainly does. But it's good that they put out new records.
Absolutely.
I have a lot more to say. I have a lot more songs. I have a whole solo thing I've been working on for a long time. It's every once in a while when I write a song that's not a Naked Raygun song.
How do you make that distinction?
They just don't sound like Naked Raygun songs. They sound completely different. They sound like
I'm fascinated, and I want to hear this.
One of them is named for the movie The Ipcress File. It's a movie that it's the first movie that Michael Caine, one of the first movies Michael Caine ever made.
Have a milkshake. I don't know that a milkshake's the best way to wash that down, but
one of the first movies Michael Caine ever made. On The Ipcress File, it's like when they first figured out that they could put a guy on the screen who doesn't talk much. He could be a secret agent guy, and really cool. Just a cool look and not talk very much, and the plot would kind of carry it. It kind of led the way for all the James Bond movies, I think. I don't think there were James Bond movies before that. But Ipcress File, great movie.
So you wrote a song about that?
It's a non-vocal song, just instrumental.
Okay.
It's like kind of like the riff that could play during the song or something.
I love it. All right, so the next time we can see you is at the Aragon. Brian Bush just checked in. Naked Raygun, one of the most underrated bands in my opinion. Definitely one of the most important from youth growing up in Northwest Indiana. That's got to feel good to hear stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's got to feel amazing. So we'll see you, and at some point we'll get that new music, which is awesome, long overdue.
We need a label. You got to mix it. We'll get a label though. Either that, we'll put it out ourselves. He says you can do that.
DIY.
You can probably do it more successfully yourself.
Keep more of your money.
Pay more attention to it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know the person working it is going to be full on invested in its success.
Right.
All right, Jeff Pezzati, you are a hero. Thank you for eating diner food in my car.
You're welcome.
And,
Thank you for buying it for me.
Love and adore you. This podcast brought to you by Boost Mobile. Naked Raygun, Jeff Pezzati. See him at the Aragon. Listen to their new music. And if you like Car Con Carne, please tell a friend, carconcarne.com. Oh, and real quick before we go, Althea says, super pumped flying in for this show on my birthday. And Kurt says, hell yeah, the best. He's not talking about the Benedict. He's talking about Naked freaking Raygun. All right, thank you for watching and listening.